Okay, so we are continuing our class. Today we are going to discuss about the highway cross-section elements. Okay, so the first important point in the highway cross-section element is elements. You have the pavement surface characteristics. Okay, so what is coming in pavement surface characteristics? So what is the type of pavement? Okay, if you have a road, the type of pavement will be decided by several factors. What are the several factors which will decide what is the type of pavement? Okay, what is the availability of material? Which type of material is available in that particular site in plenty? That is one factor, right? And what is the type of traffic condition? How is the traffic condition in that particular area? Then what is the climatic condition? Then considering the cost, which method will be suitable, which material will be suitable. Okay, then there are a lot of other characteristics also, like friction. What is friction? What is the frictional force available between the pavement and the tire of the vehicle? Okay, that is one important factor, one very important factor, which will decide the speed. How much is the speed at which the vehicle can be operated? Okay, the operational speed requirement of the vehicle. Then if you need to find out how much should be the distance available for stopping a vehicle. Okay, so all these things will be decided by different factors, of which friction is one important factor. So friction is one important factor in pavement surface characteristics. Okay, now friction itself is a very broad term. We have to discuss a lot about friction. Okay, so friction can be studied as type of pavement surface. Depending on the type of pavement surface, the friction will be vary. Okay, then wet or dry condition. Wet or dry condition of pavement. Then type and condition of tire. Type and condition of tire. Then speed of vehicle. Okay, then brake application and efficiency. How much is what is the type of application of brake, and what is the efficiency and efficiency? Then load and tire pressure. Then temperature of tire. Okay, these are the different factors, different pavement surface characteristics, which will decide the geometric design consideration of the highway. Okay, now another factor after friction, these things we can include under friction. Another factor is pavement unevenness. How much is the degree of unevenness in the pavement surface? Then light reflecting characteristics. Okay, so pavement surface characteristics is one important factor. In pavement surface characteristics, we can, for clarification, I will note it as this one is A, this is B, and this is C, right? A is friction. Friction is decided by what is the type of pavement surface, what is the condition of pavement, whether the road is in wet or dry condition, then what is the type and condition of tire, what is the speed at which vehicle is moving, and how is the application of brake, and what is the efficiency with which brake is applied, and what is the load and tire pressure, and finally what is the temperature of the tire. Okay, next one is pavement unevenness, and third one is light reflecting characteristics. So these are the several factors. Okay, okay, so that is one factor. Another important factor in the geometric design of highway is known as the cross slope or camber. Okay, cross slope, it is also known as camber. What do you mean by cross slope or camber? You might have observed that water will not be getting stagnated, or water will not be getting drained into the lower layers of the pavement. Okay, when you consider a road, if this is the surface of the road which you see, below the road surface there will be different layers. You'll be discussing it in details in the coming session, right? So water should not get downwards towards the different interior layers of the road. Instead of getting downward, the water should be able to get drained away to the sides. Okay, so this draining away of water can be made possible by providing a cross slope. Okay, a cross slope to the road surface is very much needed. Okay, so there are different reasons by which providing a cross slope is necessary. First one, the surface water should not be entering into the subgrade soil. Okay, if surface water is entering into the subgrade soil, it will reduce the load bearing capacity or strength of the subgrade soil. Then once the rain is happening, or once water is falling on the pavement surface, the water should be getting drained away from the pavement as soon as possible, because if the rain is continuing and the water is continuously getting onto the pavement, what will happen? It will be affecting the skid resistance, right? The pavement will become slippery and the skid resistance of the pavement will be affected in a very bad manner. Okay, so these are the important reasons. What are the important reasons for providing camber or slope? First of all, to make sure that the lowermost soil subgrade layer is not affected, right? Water will not water will not enter into the lowermost layers. Instead, water can be drained away properly. Second one, the pavement surface will not become slippery. If the pavement surface is becoming slippery, it will reduce the efficiency with which brakes are applied, and it can lead to skid-like condition, which will have a very bad effect on the traffic vehicular movement, right? So these are the two reasons by which a camber or cross slope is provided. Okay, next is shape of cross slope. Cross slope can be provided in two ways: cross slope or camber. Either it can be parabolic shape or it can be straight line camber. In addition to the straight line and parabolic camber, there is a combination of straight line and parabolic camber. Okay, so these are the different shapes of providing cross slope or camber. Okay, now depending on the type of road surface, okay, depending on the type of road surface, there will be variation in the amount of camber provided. Okay, so we can show it depending on the sorry. Okay, so here you can observe that depending on the type of road surface, how is the camber provided. So there are two factors which will decide the amount of camber provided. First one is what is the type of road surface, and secondly, how is the rainfall, whether the rainfall is heavy or low in that particular area. For heavy rainfall, there is one particular range of camber, and for low rainfall, there is another range of camber. Okay, so type of road surface and intensity of rainfall will decide what is the range of camber to be provided in different areas. Okay, so the type of road surface is cement, concrete, and thin bituminous surface. If the rainfall is heavy, it is 1 in 50. For low rainfall, it is 1 in 60. Then for thin bituminous surface, The first type of road was cement, concrete, and thick bituminous surface. Here you can observe it. For thin bituminous surface, it is 1 in 40 or 2.5 for heavy rainfall and 1 in 50 or 2% for low rainfall. Then another type of road surface is waterbound macadam and gravel pavement. For heavy rainfall, it is 1 in 33, and for low rainfall, it is 1 in 40. And finally, for earthen road, the road which is made up of soil, heavy rainfall, it is 1 in 25, and low rainfall, it is 1 in 33. Okay. These values should be remembered because even after your completion of your course for any type of competitive exam, this question may be asked. Okay. So you should be knowing about these values thoroughly. Okay. Okay. So we have seen about the camber. Next thing is, what is the width of pavement? Okay. Or width of carriageway. Carriageway means the portion. Pavement means the entire. We'll be discussing about the type of, cross section of pavement. So you will understand it. Carriageway means the portion of the pavement where vehicle is operated or where vehicular movement is allowed. You call it as carriageway. So there are specifications for particular width of carriageway also. You cannot have any type of or any size of carriageways. There are specifications for the different width of carriageway. Okay. So, sorry. Okay. So here you can see that. Just a minute. Okay. Okay. Here you can see the carriageway width. Okay. If the roadway is a single lane roadway, the width is 3.75 meters. This is the IRC specification. We have already seen what is meant by IRC, right? Indian Road Congress. For according to IRC specification, for single lane roadway, the width is 3.75 meters. If there are two lanes without any curbs, then the carriageway width will be 7 meters. For two lanes with raised curbs, the carriageway width is 7.5 meters. For intermediate carriageway, it is 5.5 meters. If there is multi-lane carriageway, then 3.5 meters should be the width of one lane. Okay, these values also you should be remembering. Okay, so this is the width of carriageway. Next one is, let us see the cross section of road. So this is the figure showing the cross section of road. Here you can see this is the road boundary. Adjacent to the road boundary, there is a building line, and then you have a control line. Okay. So road margin means starting from the building line to the shoulder, you have the road margin. Then from shoulder, this portion is known as the carriageway. Here it is written CW is the carriageway. So carriageway means it is the part where vehicular operation is permitted on the road. Okay, the part where vehicular operation is permitted on the road, you call it as the carriageway. And adjacent to carriageway, you have the shoulder. Shoulder means actually vehicular movement is not allowed on shoulder. But in case if you are moving a vehicle on the carriageway, okay, you find that there is you are driving a car, there is some problem. You may have a doubt that the tire is having a lower air, tire is not properly inflated. So you need to stop the vehicle, but you will not directly stop the vehicle in the middle of the road, right? You will need to take the vehicle to the side and park it there. So the parking space available on the side adjacent to carriageway, you call it as the shoulder. Okay, so that is shoulder. So formation width means carriageway plus shoulder. Okay, the width of land available for carriageway plus shoulder, you call it as the formation width. There is one more thing, that is right of way or total road length, that will include carriageway, shoulders, and road margin. This is known as the total road land or right of way. Okay, So these are the different characteristics which we have to study. Okay. So we have seen the typical cross section of road. We have seen the camber values. We have seen the width of carriageway, all these things. Okay.